Hi folks, Reverend Kim here for another evening meditation, signing in to you live from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. I'm the minister at Riverview United Church and 9 Mile River United Churches in Elmsdale and 9 Mile River, Nova Scotia. Happy to be joining you for another evening meditation. Our evening meditations come to us live at 7:30 on Facebook, but are also saved to be listened to at other times, either on our Facebook page or through our YouTube channel. You can find our YouTube channel by searching for Elmsdale Cooperative Ministry. You'll find us there. So welcome to you. I'm signing in just a couple minutes early, giving people a chance to find us and come online for an evening meditation. Our evening meditations have become a blessing for not just me. I enjoy reading them so much, and it puts me in such a grounded place at the end of my day. But I understand from so many of you that you're finding them very helpful for relaxing, for calming, for even distracting your mind for a little while from all of the things that are happening in the world. So thank you for taking the time out for yourself and doing this. Self-care at this time is more important than it has ever been, and so this is an act of self-care to come into this time and listen to an evening meditation and pray together and listen together and just be together as we gather in meditation. So these guided meditations are coming to us from a beautiful book called Healing Oasis by Reverend Sharon Moon. Sharon has written these beautiful books. She's a United Church minister and a practitioner and leader of Healing Pathways, which is a healing touch therapy in the United Church of Canada. And these meditations that she offers in Healing Oasis and the book that we'll be turning to next, Return to the Healing Oasis, are just an incredible gift to us that she's allowing us to use these meditations for free in this podcast. I've downloaded her other book. I have her CDs, and I encourage you to order her CDs and these books. They come with beautiful reflections for each meditation as well, and so setting your heart on that. And if you're a worship leader or a leader of any kind in your community, these books are fantastic. These are wonderful, wonderful resources for leading meditation in your community. So some of us have gathered here. I see Betty and Angela and Anne and Cheryl. Good evening to you all. It's so nice for you to be back with me tonight. I hope that you're well and that you were able to take in some of this beautiful sunshine today. So now that I have a number of you here, I think we'll get started. Tonight's meditation, I'm skipping number 10 and jumping to 11. I'm going to use number 10 after Easter because it just fits better then, and you'll know why then. This is meditation 11 from the book The Healing Oasis, Guided Meditations for the Mind, Body, and Spirit by Sharon Moon. This meditation is titled On Forgiveness. And she says right at the beginning of the reflection, which I think is really beautiful, she says, forgiveness is a difficult issue for Christians, since many of us feel that we are required to offer forgiveness in all circumstances and are inadequate spiritually if we find this impossible. We take forgiveness too lightly. How beautiful is that? And her and I have a very similar understanding of what forgiveness means. She says, forgiveness, which I understand to mean restoration of right relationship, cannot happen in cases where one party is expected to do all the forgiving and there is no remorse, repentance, or owning responsibility on the part of the abuser. Until there is justice, it is very difficult to restore a right relationship and have reconciliation. We differ on one thing. I see forgiveness as a personal act that happens within you, and reconciliation is what can happen when forgiveness is possible. And so that's a longer conversation for another day that maybe we'll have sometime. We're going to have lots of time on the computer together. But I strongly believe that we can forgive. I see forgiveness as an opportunity to let go. And I think that when we are ready, when God comes into our hearts, the Spirit comes into our being when it's time to forgive, and you'll each know that in your own time. And it is not easy sometimes to forgive, to let go. It's never easy to forget. And the important thing I think to remember is that forgiveness and reconciliation are not the same thing. Reconciliation means that restoration of relationship. And my friends, we all know that that is not always possible. But the act of forgiveness, that ability to let go and let God, as cheesy as that has become sometimes, is still a beautiful mantra to live with in our lives and with our hearts. So I want us to get our hearts prepared for this time of meditation, thinking about this idea of forgiveness. We don't want to rush too quickly to heal over wounds that aren't ready to be healed. I know Betty's with us tonight, and she's a nurse, and she knows that some wounds have to stay open for a while to heal properly. I think that's true. We don't want to just stick a Band-Aid on some things that need to have some more stuff let out of them. And so let's think about forgiveness in tonight's gathering time here. I want you to think about a time in your life where you have been forgiven for something. What did it feel like to be forgiven? I want you to think about over your lifetime what you've learned about forgiveness. I'm going to read the scripture to you now as you think about those things stirring in your mind's eye. The scripture is from Matthew 5:23-24. And it says, "So when you are offering your gift at the altar, if you remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First, be reconciled to your brother or sister, and then come and offer your gift." What a beautiful thing to make an effort to be reconciled to one another. We do that by offering the peace of Christ to one another in our time before communion. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in my own life, having had a difficult exchange with a congregant and feeling as though we've had a lot of tension between us. And then the Sunday morning of communion comes forward, and making an effort to go to that person and to shake their hand and say, "The peace of Christ be with you." And for them to turn back and say, "And also with you." There's a moment of reconciliation. Maybe there's still some work to be done to come back into relationship fully with one another again, but that's the beginning. And sometimes it takes that ability to have those kinds of difficult conversations when they're possible. She says that we must be careful when we go into these things to not rush forgiveness too quickly. Forgiveness seals off the wound that's begun to have a chance to heal. There are other times when it is really time to let go of a wound and to let go of hurt. The hurt has been honored, given it space to grieve, and the time has come to begin the process of letting go. That is so important. This idea of honoring your hurt, giving it space to grieve, and then recognizing when it is time for the process of letting go to begin. It doesn't happen overnight. Isn't that beautiful? So let's get comfortable. Let's find a comfortable seat or lay down in a comfortable place. I'll invite you to make sure that you feel warm enough. Shift and move your body as you need to be completely comfortable. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes. Let yourself pay attention to what it feels like to be in this body self today, right now. Most of us go through our whole days, sometimes our whole lives, without really paying attention to this body self. The language that Jesus knew in studying the scriptures was Hebrew, and there was no such thing as self or disembodied spirit. They spoke as nephesh, the body, soul, the spirit body. Jesus talked about our bodies as temples of the Spirit. As you begin to pay attention to your body, do you notice places where tension is stored up? Where your muscles are in tight knots? And as you scan your body, from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, begin to notice if there are tender places, sore spots, and send compassion to these places in your body, thanking them for the hard work that they are doing, perhaps offering to pay more attention to what they're telling you in the future. Become aware of your breathing, of this life-sustaining process that goes on all of the time, even when you're unaware. Notice if you're breathing with only a small part of your lungs, or whether you're taking a breath deeply into your whole being, down to the bottom of your lungs, up to the top of your shoulders. Notice if your tummy moves in and out as you inhale and exhale. You know, the way a baby's does when it's breathing naturally. Notice where you're tightened up, not fully open to the breath of life. Let your body relax. Let the tension flow out of your body through your feet. Begin to allow breath to move deeper into your being, taking the deep breath down into your belly, creating inner space. Breathe in deeply. Breathe in deeply the healing presence of the Spirit, the goodness and grace of God. Take it right into the core of your being. As you breathe out, let the breath carry with it its poisons, physical, emotional, spiritual, that have built up in your system. Breathe in possibility, hope that the Spirit gives. Let go of stress and tensions that are stored in your body's self, your emotional self, your spiritual self. Breathe in life energy, creating breath of God was with you at the beginning and is with you now. Breathe it into your body. And breathe out whatever would block you from being fully present to this time. Again, notice your body. If there continue to be tense places, imagine this healing breath moving directly to those spots, unknotting the tension, letting go, letting be, letting open, letting unlock. Know that you are in a safe place, that this is a place where it is safe to be. Notice the inner space that is being prepared and open inside of you. Space for the sacred presence to find room. Space for the Holy One to be with you. Your own sacred space, your own inner sanctuary, your own holy ground, your own sacred center where you meet the holy. Imagine that you're in that very sacred place. It is a special place for encountering the holy. Notice what it looks like. the colors, the structures, the smells, the sounds. Are there other people there? What are they doing? Notice that you are very near the holy. Know that this is a safe and sacred place with love and beauty. Know that you are here because you are longing to be nearer to God, longing to feel deeply connected to the Spirit. Become aware of the gift that you are bringing as an offering to this holy presence. Notice what it is. While you are standing, prepared to offer it, notice if there is anyone who comes to mind against whom you feel resentment, or who feels resentment against you. In the presence of the sacred source of unconditional love, become aware of someone with whom you do not feel at peace, someone with whom you feel out of right relationship. It may not be the most painful relationship, or it may not be the most difficult person for you to deal with. It may be you who have done wrong, or it may be the other person who has hurt you. Allow the Spirit to lead and to choose. When you have identified the person with whom you have unfinished business, imagine your highest self, your sacred self, encountering the highest self of the other. Know that this is a safe place. You can ask for help from anyone you need to be with you, and you can be as far away from this person as you need to be to feel safe. Speak to this person as you are able at this time. Imagine the other person responding to what you have said. Listen carefully. Dialogue back and forth with the person for as long as the dialogue can continue. You may only be able to say one sentence, or you may speak for a long time. Go as far as is possible in that dialogue this evening. As you are finishing, ask the person, is there some wisdom or learning or growth for your own development that you can offer, they can offer you? And receive whatever is offered. Once you have gone as far as you're able to go at this time, invite God to bless that person as well as yourself. I'll leave you with some time now to have that conversation, that dialogue of back and forth, for as long as you need, or until we come back into this meditation. If you reach the point of resolution with the person, surround that person with love and release them to God's care. You might want to imagine surrounding them with the light of Christ, the light of love. Draw back into yourself the energy that has been pouring out, draining you, keeping you connected even in your estrangement. You might want to imagine that as drawing back cords of connection that have been tying you to the other. Feel the freedom and spiritual energy. Feel that spiritual energy return to you and give you back your power. When you feel ready, return to the sacred place where you were bringing your gift when you began this dialogue. Approach this place knowing that you have done what is possible at this time. If there is someone else with whom you have unfinished business who comes to mind while you are there, you can repeat this process of dialogue. But for now, as you return to the sacred place, when you are finished your work for this evening, experience the love that pours from that place, surrounding you, pouring through you. As you return to the altar, you discover that the Holy has left a gift for you. What is it? What does it feel like to receive this gift? Take the time to make whatever closure is appropriate for you as you prepare to leave this sacred place. Now begin to move out of this sacred space, bringing with you the wisdom and learning you have received, the gift the Holy One gave to you, and gradually become aware of yourself and your body as it is in this space, in this room that you're in. Become aware of yourself sitting or laying down, and notice your breathing. Begin to make some gentle movements with your fingers and your toes and your head. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And I think it would be good tonight after that meditation to take a deep breath in through your nose. Nice big full breath out of your mouth. That one can go very deep, and I'll invite you to listen to this meditation again and again and again. It's a wonderful way to allow yourself to have conversations in a sacred, safe place that you may not be ready to have or ever ready to have with someone in the real world, but on that sacred plane where your spirit can meet theirs. Sometimes we can begin to let go in a way that allows our healing to begin. So as you have finished up this meditation tonight, you may wish to journal, you may wish to write down what you thought about and what the conversation was like. You may like to write down what the gift was that you received from the Holy. I'll allow you to draw whatever it is that you felt you learned and experienced in the practice this evening. And as always, I'm always open to you reaching out and sharing with me these things. I thank you for being with me tonight. I'm going to close tonight with a song. We don't always do that in the evening. I always sing in the morning. But sometimes she recommends a song for closing. And I think this song may be a song that we sing for the rest. Hi, Diane. I see Diane and Sherry and Donna popped in when we were in the middle of things. I hope you'll go back and listen. I'm going to keep with this song, I think, to end our meditations right through until Saturday. It's just so poignant to hear these words. It's called Stay With Us Through the Night. It's 182 in Voices United, and I think it's a really beautiful song for us to sing in this time of waiting and in this time of preparation in Holy Week. And so I'll sing this for you, and those of you that are just tuning in, hi Shirley. Those of you just tuning in, please go back and enjoy the meditation whenever you feel you have time to lay down and enjoy it for 15 minutes. So, stay with us through the night. Stay with us through the night. Stay with us through the pain. Stay with us, blessed stranger, till the morning breaks again. Stay with us through the night. Stay with us through the grief. Stay with us, blessed stranger, till the morning brings relief. Stay with us through the night. Stay with us through the dread. Stay with us, blessed stranger, till the morning breaks new bread. And tomorrow morning we will break bread together. So if you join us for our 10 a.m. reflection, please have some bread and some juice or any kind of liquid you can find nearby so we can share in communion together tomorrow morning as we remember the Last Supper. Tomorrow is Maundy, Thursday of Holy Week. I look forward to being with you then. Until then, know that God does indeed stay with you through the night, and God will be with you in the morning. Thanks for being with me. I miss you. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.